Hey guys, and welcome to my Survival Hunter guide. I will be going through some of the basics. If you are looking to start playing a Survival Hunter, then this is the guide for you. For now, I'm going to go through the basic abilities. You get Serpent Sting, Black Arrow, Explosive Shot, Arcane Shot, Cobra Shot, and Kill Shot. I'll go through everything in more detail later, but for now I'm going to go through talents and glyphs. Alright, so for tier 1, Post Haste is really good for a fight if you need more mobility. What this does is when you can disengage, and it frees you from all movement impermanent effects, and it gives you a movement speed increase. But so let me show you. So there you go. I can run around really fast, so that's really cool. Narrow Escape is really good for when you need to be kiting mobs. What it does is when you disengage, you activate a web trap. It encases all the targets in front of you. I can't really show you because there's no mobs and I don't have it. So, but yeah, it's cool for kiting mobs. This one's alright as well. But Post Haste is, I like to use Post Haste, but Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chimera is alright as well. This one's not going to affect your DPS that much. Now, tier 2 is just a CC tier, so you just take whichever one you need for a certain fight. I've just got Intimidation at the moment. And the next tier, this is all about survivability. Aspect of the Iron Hawk takes the lead in most situations. The Hunter takes less damage when you've got it on, so so you take 10% less damage instead of just having like normal Aspect of the Hawk is just the damage increase, and then you take less damage as well when you got it on, and you always have Aspect of the Hawk on. So that's a pretty good talent to take. Now on this tier, it depends. In 5.4 there's a tier set. Now I will read it out. Let me go find it. It is here. So tier 2, the two set bonus is Aim Shot, Arcane Shot, and Multi Shot reduce the cooldown of your rapid fire by 8 seconds per cast. What Thrill of the Hunt does is you have 30% chance when you fire a ranged attack that costs focus or kill command to reduce the focus cost of your next 3 arcane shots or multi shots by 20. So if you have this 2 set, you want to take Thrill of the Hunt. I don't have the 2 set, so I take Fervor. Fervor is better for like if you don't have the 2 set, this talent's a lot better. Diabetes is alright, but Fervor, for survival at least, Fervor is better. On this next tier, a Murder of Crows is better than these two, like in all situations, at least for survival. So you take that one, and on last tier, Glaive Toss is better for single target, and Barrage is better for AoE. So you just take whichever one you need. Let's say that, like, obviously you have to think about it. If there's not that much AoE, then you just take Glaive Toss. If there's loads of AoE, then you take Barrage. So yeah. So, and my glyphs that I like to use are Deterrence, Animal Bond, and Liberation. Liberation is when you disengage, you gain 5%, like you healed for 5% of your HP. And you see that I just got healed. Deterrence is when you have Deterrence activated, you take 20% less damage. And Animal Bond is when your pet is active, all the healing done to you is increased by 10%. Oh, and your pet. So that's just good for healers. It just makes it easier for them. And so yeah, that's the glyphs and talents. I'm gonna go through the stat priority. Stat priority is agility, and then your hit and expertise to 7.5%, which is the caps. And then it's crit, then it's haste, and then it's mastery. Crit is the best stat for hunters. It's just really nice. So that's it. Like it's pretty simple for hunters. I think it's like for all specs. I'm not sure, but it definitely is for beast mastery and survival. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the single target rotation and the multi-target rotation. What you want to do is you want to have mark up all the time. What that does is this makes the target take 5% more damage from all range attacks. So you want to get that up all the time, no matter what hunt spec you are. And then you want to keep up Serpent Sting, Explosive Shot on cooldown, Kill Shot if the target is below 20% HP, Black Arrow on cooldown, Arcane Shot, as long as you still have enough focus after that to use the other abilities. So what you want to do, if you say you can use Arcane Shot as long as you still have enough focus to use Explosive Shot, then that's alright. But if you won't do, then you don't want to use Arcane Shot. And then as a filler, and to get your focus back, use Cobra Shot. And Cobra Shot also refreshes Serpent Sting, so you should only, like, if everything goes great, you'll only have to cast Serpent Sting once. And you'll just use Cobra Shot to refresh it all the time. You'll also want to use your Glaive Toss on cooldown, and that is it for the rotation. I'll do another video that will be me doing a boss, and I'll go through it while doing the boss and explain the rotation a lot better. The multi-target rotation is put down an explosive trap, explosive shot. Like, oh wait, this is on like less than 4 enemies. So there's 3 enemies. What you would want to do, like, if you get a lock and load proc, which let me go find it, and I can where is it? Lock and load. There it is. You have a 100% chance when you trap a target with freezing trap or an ice trap, and a 20% chance when black arrow deals damage to cause your next 2 explosive shots to cost no focus and trigger no cooldown. This effects last 10 seconds, 12 seconds, whatever. So you can, if this happens, you can use 3 explosive shots. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to put an explosive shot on each person, so they'll, like, each target, so they'll take a bit of damage. And then you want to keep down your explosive trap. And then you also just want to spam multi-shot over and over again. Use Cobra Shot to get back more focus, and to spam more multi-shots. When you multi-shot, that applies Serpent Sting as well as survival. So that is really nice. Survival is a really good AoE spec. And if there's any more than 4 targets, you just want to use multi-shot and explosive trap, and Cobra Shot to get your focus back to use more multi-shots. And you'll only want to use explosive shot on lock and load cooldown, lock and load procs, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't even proc with your explosive trap, does it? So that wouldn't matter anyway. Anyway, so over here, there's these abilities here. These are your cooldowns and these are your utilities. Further, Murder of Crows and Glaive Toss, already went through those. They were the talents. Rapid Fire and Stampede. Now, Rapid Fire increases your haste by 40% for 15 seconds. That's on a 3-minute cooldown. That is your main cooldown. And Stampede's got a 5-minute cooldown, and it summons loads of pets that deal damage. They do 25% of the normal damage in arenas and battlegrounds. So yeah, if you're PvPing, that won't matter. If you're not PvPing, that won't matter for you. Now, Hunters have got a lot of utility. As you can see, the bar is pretty much full, but they got Aspect Pack, which increases speed by 50% for everyone in the raid. Also, if you get hit, you get dazed, but you know. There's also, I think, let's have a look. Is the glyph? There's a glyph. Let me go find it. Aspect of the cheater. It's only for Aspect of the cheater. Aspect of the pack. That increases the range. Anyway, but this is something I want to talk about anyway. As a minor glyph, this is, like, most of the time minor glyphs are just cosmetic things, but this one's alright. Aspect of the cheater. Instead of when you take damage, instead of getting dazed, it just puts the ability on cooldown for 4 seconds. So that's alright if you say you need to run out of something and you're not going to make it, or you might make it or may not make it. You use it and you get out of it. But if, say, you get hit by something, you won't get dazed, and then so it's just good. It's alright to use if you know, in certain situations. But that's just a minor glyph anyway. But yeah, so back to utilities. They have Concussive Shot as well, which is a slow. They have Distraction Shot, which is a taunt. And you might not want to use that. You might not want to use that much, but it could come in handy in certain situations. You got Deterrence, which, when activated, causes you to deflect melee attacks, range attacks, and spells, and reduces all damage taken by 50%. While Deterrence is activated, you cannot attack. There's a macro for that, and I will go through that in a minute. But they have Flare, which exposes all hidden and invisible enemies. Could come in handy. Hunters now, because as of 5.4, they have an interrupt called Counter Shot, which is just like any other interrupt. Disengage, which, you know, is disengage. Hunter's Mark, which I talked about before. Misdirection, which is basically, it's just when you hit, it gives all the aggro to the target. There's a macro for that as well, so you can just do it to your focus or whatever. And I'll leave the macros in the description, so you can just copy those. And then they have Tranquilizing Shot and Widow Venom. Widow Venom it decreases all healing, like, effectiveness by 30%. Wait, is that even by 30%? Is it? It's by 30 for 30 seconds. I read that wrong. I'm not sure what it is. It got changed as part in 5.4, so I'm not 100% sure what it is. But it doesn't really affect raiding that much. There's not a lot of abilities that heal or anything. But Tranquil Shot, it is basically like Purge. It removes Enrage and one magic effect from the enemy target. So they're pretty good. Now, I'm going to go through gems and enchants. For the gems in the red sockets, you want either a Precise or Delicate Primordial gem. The Delicate are just agility ones, and Precise are expertise, depending on if you need the expertise. Yellow, you want Deadly gems, which are 80 agility and 160 crit. Blue sockets, you want to have either Glinting gems or Rigid gems. The Rigid gems are hit gems, and the Glinting gems are 80 agility and 160 hit. I mean, the Glinting one's better because more agility, but if you need the hit, then you would, you'd get the hit gems. And for enchants on your shoulders, there is an inscription one. This is like that you can get from inscription, which is, I'm not sure on the number, it's like 300, I think, 320 agility and so much crit. This one is the, because I've got inscription as a profession, I can have this one, which is more. On your back, you want crit or hit. There's a hit one as well. On your chest, you want plus 80 of all stats. On your braces, you want plus 180 agility. On your gloves, 170 haste. And you want the living steel belt buckle on your belt. On your legs, you want 285 agility, 165 crit. And on your boots, 140 agility and minor movement speed increase. And on your gun or bow or range weapon, there is two you can get. There's this one I have, Lord Blastian Scope of Doom. That's the better one. There is a cheaper one if you don't want to buy this one. I'm not 100% on the name, but it's just basically a cheaper version. It does pretty much the same thing, but just not as good. So yeah, this has been a basic Survival Hunter guide. I will be doing another video, which will be me doing a raid boss / dungeon, and it will be me going through the rotation, using cooldowns properly. And so yeah, look out for that, and I will see you guys in the part 2 of my Survival Hunter guide.